You're about to watch another exciting episode of the Dungeon Run, but did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? Tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. Hope to see you there.
Hey! Happy Wednesday, friends! We're live, and we are back with a new episode of Forbidden. I am so excited to see these wonderful faces, and I'm even more excited about the faces they'll make when they see what I've got in store for them tonight. What? This is the role I've taken on. Yes, you do.
We do. We love it.
Yeah, we love it.
We love it so much. I'm so scared all the time.
You can leave whenever you want.
And yet here I am. Yep.
I just keep thinking how the tables have turned.
Indeed, Ron.
Yeah. Well, just remember, I'm coming back to it. So
I know people been asking. Yeah. We're gonna have some updates real soon. I know I keep teasing that, but dates are what they are, and when I have a date to tell you guys, I will tell you. But there's so much more exciting stuff, fun stuff coming to the channel. Some of it I whispered last week when we did a rewatch of an older episode that I just said, we're coming back to Comic-Con this year, guys. Comic-Con is real weird about when you can say certain things, but literally they like the fact that we weren't allowed to say until like the week before last year. We're coming back to Comic-Con this year.
We didn't say it, we whispered it. It's different.
Shush.
If you don't say it with your full voice, it doesn't count.
That's true.
It doesn't count. 100%.
The tables have turned again. Marvel has become Tom Holland.
I know. I know. I am the keeper of secrets normally on this panel. Some things even I can't hold in. Anyway. By the way, speaking of Call of Cthulhu, which we're here to play tonight, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that our amazing Josephine McAdam is about to start a UK tour of live Call of Cthulhu show.
Yeah.
Josephine.
Cast. I'm so jealous. I know Mark Mear's part of that cast. Jasper Cartwright, also a friend of ours.
Amazing.
If you are in the UK and you can check this out, please go and please report back to us because I wish I was there.
Yeah, UK Games Expo is this weekend starting tomorrow.
Ooh,
so.
Right. So you hear my instructions. You go see Josephine's live Call of Cthulhu show, and then you find a Scottish golf course and you reenact the first investigation that we did on the show.
Exactly. We're just
any
hypnotizing
You're
the
going to make this
audience.
about the Scottish way.
What could go wrong? No, I can't wait. But yes, please, any of our friends or community members in the UK, check it out and report back. We love you, Josephine. We love you guys. Have a great time. Ron, I can't wait to get started, but first hit me with them good sponsors.
We're sponsored by Die Hard Dice, the place to go for gorgeous dice and accessories. They also pride themselves on amazing customer service. Any dice you need, any dice questions you have, they're there to help. Don't forget about the spring cleaning sale, still going on right now. Get up to 50% off 50. So many of their best dice boxes, lifelink counters, and much more. Check out all the amazing dice and accessories they have in store at dieharddice.com, and don't forget to use our coupon code Dungeon Run, capital D, capital R, all one word at checkout for a discount on us.
Nice.
We're also sponsored by Eldritch Foundry. Beautiful detailed minis now available pre-painted, and you can pose those minis in almost any way you can think of with their amazing creation engine. Don't forget, they've now got full color printing options for all your minis. Save yourself the time of painting and have them printed for you in gorgeous colors. So many options and designs available, and be sure to use our discount code The Dungeon Run, all one word, capital TDR, at checkout. Our show is made possible by Patreon. Go to patreon.com/thedungeonrun for all the incredible bonus content for $5 a month, just $5 a month. You get access to cool behind the scenes content and our after show short rest exclusively only to you patrons. Exclusive VODs of our recent dungeon cooldowns with free interactivity and a spot on our exclusive D&D campaign run by none other than Morgan Peter Brown. There's so many rewards at all the different levels. New to Patreon's shout outs. Welcome, Stephen Lyon, and happy you're here.
Yay!
We certainly hope you're happy you're here.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
That's the name.
That
It's
was
the name.
Go smooth.
work with
Go
that,
slick.
yeah.
And, lions are
Wordplay.
fun things. I love lions. I love lions, especially one's named Steven. So there we go. There's also so much fun to be had. Get over to patreon.com/the dungeon run. True story. Our bad guy from the last chapter was a lion man.
Oh, I remember, Ron.
Oh, I know you remember.
That guy killed my dad.
Mhm.
My
Dang.
fantasy dad, I mean. Anyway. Anyway, by the way.
Over to you, Morgan.
Thank you. Dungeon Speedrun says in regards to the trips to Scotland and seeing the Call of Cthulhu, don't forget to pack your kerosene. Look, I am not responsible.
I'm
I'll
also
buy
not
kerosene
responsible.
I am not responsible
Yes, yeah.
for
If
any
you can't
golf
find
clubs
kerosene.
lit on fire by our community.
Any golf courses?
Nope.
Fire gel and a fire retardant shirt, you'll be fine.
All of this never happened.
Never happened. We'll whisper it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Don't try this at home.
No,
Please,
definitely
please
not.
don't. We'll yell that part.
Please don't try Call of Cthulhu at home. Wait, what? No, never mind. As you might know, or if you're new here, we're an interactive show where you have the chance to affect our story in unique and surprising ways. Use our custom Twitch extension or the link you can find in the About section of the Twitch page, or you can just go to streamelements.com/thedungeonrun/tip. There are 2 ways to help challenge our players. You can always give them bonus or penalty dice to any of the players or the keeper, moi, or which it works just like advantage or disadvantage in D&D. They get to roll twice and take the better or the worse, depending on if you give them bonus or penalty. And they do have a few. We got a few stocked up. They could use more. I'm not gonna lie, but we got a few in there. You can also choose to gift any player with the power of luck. You can add 10 luck points to their reserve so that they can use any of those points to turn a failure into a success. And they've been making excellent use of them. We've been using a lot to turn into hard or extreme successes, which is pretty smart. I gotta say, these players are pretty smart. And a reminder to you patrons who get free interactivity at higher levels, you can send us messages on Patreon is probably the best way, quickest way for me to see it, or you can also message me on Discord. Angel Devilson is in chat. You can message her and she can send to me also. There's lots of ways, but just let us know how you would like to. You get a free either a bonus or penalty die, or some of you are higher level. If you're Team Force of Light or Force of Shadow, you get 10 free luck points to give out every month as part of your Patreon
Wow.
subscription. I
That's
know.
wild.
That's so many luck points that we need.
Could you? Patreon.com/thedungeonrun. Make it happen, friends. Okay, we've stalled long enough. Let's get into it. Sean, take us to the forbidden. The last time we were together, our 4 investigators were enjoying a thrilling night at the theater. But as they often do in our story, things took a turn for the baffling and the bloody. They were in the audience for a magic show by the up-and-coming young magician named Harold Hawkins, the mentee of the famed Memphis the Great, one of the Western world's top illusionists of the time. But Memphis had gone missing some weeks earlier, under mysterious circumstances, leaving behind worried friends and family and an impressive London mansion. It was this mansion where, a couple weeks ago, 3 thieves broke in and attempted to pry whatever riches they might find from the wealthy, supposed sorcerer's abode. But someone or something apparently played quite the trick on them instead, leaving 3 bloody bodies behind for the house's caretaker to find the following morning. But what does this have to do with Charlotte, Lorelei, Diarmuid, and Eden, you ask? Well, it turns out the would-be thieves that were so cruelly dispatched inside the abandoned home of Memphis the Great were the friends and collaborators of Eden's estranged uncle, Montgomery Danforth, an established figure in the London criminal underground. Uncle Monty, stunned and hurt by his friends' deaths and less than satisfied with the official police explanation, took it upon himself to find Eden when he saw her name in the paper after the successful rescue of Arthur Macmillan a few days earlier. Independent investigators were precisely what he needed to uncover the culprit behind the brutal murder of his 3 colleagues. Monty wasn't relying on Eden's warmth for his well-being, however. They were estranged after all and had been for years. No, it turns out Monty had an ace up his sleeve. A key to a safety deposit box belonging to Eden's father, who himself had gone missing at sea some years earlier, leaving Eden adrift with little to no explanation as to the where or the why. Monty knew this key would be the perfect motivation, and all he wanted in return was the name of who killed his 3 friends. So that brings us back to the magic show, where Harold Hawkins was performing a well-practiced and impressive act, but the team was able to clock from their third-row seats that the magician seemed somewhat out of sorts, sweaty, and even prone to moments of disassociation in the middle of his act. Our investigator's eyebrows definitely raised when, for his penultimate trick of the night, he produced 2 large cabinets on either side of the stage, bemoaning how his busy work and travel schedule meant he could spend little time at home with his fiancée, so he invented these boxes. And with a running leap and a flash of light that seemed all too familiar to our quartet of characters, Hawkins was transported, in the blink of an eye, some 30 feet from one cabinet to the other, stepping out of the opposite box a half-second later with a theatrical flourish. A pit began to grow in the stomachs of our investigators, as they'd seen this kind of unnatural transportation before, and it seemed to belie that Hawkins might be playing with powers he could not conceive. But their concern turned to horror for the next trick, when his illusion of a flying woman some 15 feet above the stage ended in disaster and his assistant plummeted to the stage, falling on her head. The curtains were closed in a rush as Hawking stood stock still, his face an indiscernible mask, as many rushed to his assistant's aid. Our heroes rushed to the curtain, letting the theater owner know they had a doctor in the house, and they were quickly allowed backstage to assist. And while Charlotte and Eden looked after the bloodied and barely conscious fallen woman, Diarmuid watched as Hawking seemed to gather himself and retreat to his dressing room. Lorelei, meanwhile, noticing a flaw in the rigging of the levitation illusion, climbed to the rafters over the stage, where she was able to discover that the disastrous fall seemed to be due to none other than poorly fastened wiring. A reckless and almost deadly mistake by none other than Hawkins himself. Eden accompanied the injured woman to the hospital, while Diarmuid, Lorelei, and Charlotte confronted Hawkins in his dressing room. There they found a man barely holding it together, not unwilling to listen to reason, but clearly on the edge of some form of madness. He seemed willing to assist with any information that he could give about the missing Memphis, and even admitted that the strange and magical cabinets had been borrowed after his disappearance. It seemed the absent illusionist might have been meddling with powers beyond our world, and now his apprentice might be losing his mind as a byproduct of their repeated use. The team also discovered a strange and unsettling book in Hawking's possession, a tome with an odd and unsettling odor of the sea, and bound with some unfamiliar kind of leather. Thaumaturgical Prodigies in the New England Canaan was its title, and a label near the front of the book identified it also as property of Memphis the Great. Arriving mid-interrogation was Hawking's fiancée, Ingred Schwartz, daughter of Memphis himself. Some fast-talking and fast hands convinced Miss Schwartz of the team's investigation into her father's disappearance, even if they dodged the inevitable question of who it was exactly that hired them. Nonetheless, they were able to endear themselves to the engaged couple and uncover a little information about Ingrid's missing father. It seemed this wasn't the first time he'd gone missing, as a few years earlier, he had vanished for several weeks with another associate, an intense woman by the name of Josephine Lynch. Apparently, the two had absconded to the Far East, to the mountainous region of Bhutan. But upon returning from this previous disappearing act, Memphis was less than gracious with the details of their trip. Ingrid was insistent that the trip seemed to have made her father edgier, more intense. Hawkins as well acknowledged that Memphis's magic act once he returned was suddenly filled with new and terrifying exhibits that defied explanation, even by practiced illusionists. Both of them's relationship with Memphis had slowly begun to crumble or grow colder ever since. Having had more than enough for one night, though, the team bade their farewell to the bride and groom-to-be. After Charlotte maybe tried to take an axe to one of the cabinets, they were able to arrange a meeting with Ingrid, the following day, where she promised to give them a key to Memphis's house, the site of that brutal crime that had begun this particular investigation. As they returned back to Lorelei's flat, the team's minds were abuzz with details and connections. Charlotte and Diarmuid might have even lost sleep over an intense discussion on the nature of their recent discoveries, even questioning if their own minds could be trusted in these chaotic and terrifying times. Rather apropos to that discussion, Lorelei sat in her parlor with a cup of tea and a good book, or more honestly, an evil book, as she set about cracking into the study of this thaumaturgical prodigies in the New England kingdom. She quickly found it to be a chillingly revealing tome concerning the histories of witches, warlocks, and dark magics of centuries past. With its Byzantine style of writing and terrifying subject matter, it would take weeks to fully ingest this book properly. But just in the short time she had studied its scrawlings, she could already feel its effect on her, like an oily residue you'd need steel wool to scrub off. And before she was able to sleep, she looked up at the portrait above her fireplace, of her and her dear husband Waleed. But in the flickering light of the parlor, she couldn't help feel like Waleed's expression had changed to something more judgmental, colder. But it might have just been a trick of the light. And that brings us to tonight. Eden, you return to Lorelei's flat after your visit to the hospital. Night still dark outside. You had accompanied the injured Louise, Hawkins' assistant. Your journey was somewhat fruitful, as you were able to confirm from Louise's semi-conscious answers that Hawkins had indeed rigged the failed levitation trick himself. He'd done it hundreds of times, probably without incident. But she'd also noticed her boss's somewhat scattered and volatile nature recently. And now tonight's mishap left her wondering if she should seek some other employment. She also mentioned she'd overheard several arguments between him and Ingrid, his fiancée, leaving her wondering if they were perhaps on the outs. But we find you at the door of Lorelei's flat.
Oh, go ahead.
I was to say you've been here before, but it is late in the evening.
I think I knock just like very solidly, not like a cop knock, but you know it's her heavy hands. Just like
the familiar heavy hands of Eden. Sounded weird.
Yeah.
Nice.
Even as I said it, I was like,
Sure. No, it's fine.
Episode title right there.
The heavy hands of Eden.
Heavy hands.
That's good.
Cthulhu romance novel?
Yeah, I mean, heavy
Literally
hands
my
isn't,
life right now. We'll talk about that later.
heavy hands isn't normally something used, but I mean,
Short rest combo.
I mean,
Yeah,
make a
yeah,
note
yeah.
of
It could be.
it. Look,
Oh, the heavy hands
It
of
might-
Eden.
Anyways, I go and open the door.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for catching that bit. Thank you.
Yeah.
Clearly knowing what those heavy hands.
Uh-huh. Lorelei looks exhausted. She's got like bags under her eyes. It's very obvious she has not slept. And she just opens the door a crack.
We'll say it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Do you want
That would be great. Actually, yes.
tea? She leaves the door open and like shuffles off into the kitchen to get you tea.
Eden will shuffle in, shut the door behind her.
You see the dark parlor around you. You've seen this before. You came here the day before. You see a small candle flickering on the coffee table, a cup of tea, which is long ago gone cold, and a very odd-looking book sitting open on the coffee table.
Doing some light reading.
Yep. Don't read that book.
But you can. Okay. What all did you all find out? Is this book part of it, or?
Yes and no. I think that Harold may have gotten into something that he was not prepared for, and I think it's been taking its toll on him. The book is dangerous, but I think we must understand it, at least a little bit.
And pardon me for asking, but what about you?
What about me, what?
Took a toll on Harold, and I don't know. I just feel like we all picked everything up and came here, but I don't know how we keep running into these things, these terrible, unfathomable things, and how we're not worse off for it.
I think it takes time to really wear you down, but at the same time, I think it's not that we are suddenly finding these things, it's that we now know what to look for. You know what I mean? Perhaps they've always been there, but now we can see it.
Yeah, I should hope that it just means that, well, when all of this is done, that it doesn't keep finding us, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Would be nice to think about.
Yeah.
Some peace.
Quiet would be great. Louise is doing as good as she could be doing at this point in time. Probably gonna find a new job, though.
I think she should, honestly. She's probably better off without Harold. He's a little frazzled. I think Harold should stop as well. I don't think he will, but...
It seems she was noticing that he and his partner, are they married? Fiancé? I can't remember. Yes.
They're engaged.
It sounds like they might have been on the outs.
Oh. Interesting.
Did they give that impression to you?
Not that I picked up. She seemed concerned for him, and I understand why. Something's wrong with him. He's suffering from something, and I don't know.
Suffering like how? Like
mentally.
being
Or spiritually, if you believe in that.
I mean, that's what drove the people back before to dip into the things they didn't know. Was they were suffering spiritually. Maybe they were bored too, but So then you got this book from them.
Harold, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stay away from it.
Good, please.
But I will take that tea whenever it's,
Yes.
you know.
Peppermint? Earl
Yes.
Grey? Chamomile?
Earl Grey.
Okay. Earl Grey it is.
Oh, Grey's very caffeinated, and it's very late, I will point out.
I have a decaf one.
Oh, okay, thank goodness.
Perfect,
I
great.
have one kind of tea that exists.
Look, you do you.
Ian doesn't know what
this is
caffeine
Morgan
is.
talking, not as your GM, but as your friend.
Oh, yeah.
Making sure that, are you okay?
Hey.
Are you good? Are you drinking Earl Grey at 8:40 p.m.?
I got insomnia. I'm drinking coffee at
Look.
6:40. What of it?
We all love Jean-Luc Picard, and we all want to drink Earl Grey. I get it. I'm just
Earl
pointing
Grey
out.
hot.
Yeah.
Had to do it.
Lorelei's gonna go about like cleaning up a little bit, and she's pointedly not looking at the book, and it's really obvious that she's going around it but not touching it until she actually has to, and she slaps it closed.
I think Eden doesn't really. I think if it's that noticeable, I'm sure that there's only like we've just got the table to sit at where you were reading, so I think Eden will like stand there next to the table, but like as you're like moving around it, just like noticing this. Once you shut it, that's when Eden will like release a breath and then sit down.
She just kind of holds the book in her hands and looks around like, I don't know where to put this.
I mean, I don't think anybody knows.
The coarse, almost dried sharkskin texture of the binding is underneath your fingertips as you hold it. And Eden, you very clearly see kind of just the odd face that Lorelei makes as she picks it up again.
It's gross.
It seems unpleasant.
It is. Everything about it is unpleasant. So far as I've learned, it is a book about witchcraft in the 1700s. There was mention of a Reverend Ward in 1788 and Goodwife Doughton. It kind of escapes me now what exactly I read.
There was mention of horrific things, including curses and mention of a child born, or no, I'm sorry, a bat born with the face of a human child. Things with human faces, just never good. Things that shouldn't have human faces that do have human faces. And more, but the recurring theme of it all was this intended contact with beings from a different realm.
It's absolutely related to what we are dealing with. Lorelei's not going to go into that kind of detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel unsettled, that's all.
So what makes you keep reading?
Great question. Curiosity. I feel as though the more we know about what we're dealing with, the better off we are. I suppose part of it is a fascination. As horrible as this is, it is strange and new.
You said that you used to run with rich types, right?
Yes.
So you've seen all of it. You've seen real magic, fake magic, all kinds of things.
Yes, I would think so.
I guess I'm curious where all of this sits for you.
Far end of the spectrum. This is all otherworldly. I think this is something that very few people in the span of history ever deal with. Perhaps because they're smarter and they know to avoid it. This is the kind of thing that horror novels are written about. And we're walking right into it.
Yeah, yes we are. And Eden will take a very long sip.
Mm-hmm. I think Lorelei is gonna find a corner of a cabinet somewhere in the dark, like a cabinet she almost never opens, and hide the book behind a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sit it in the darkest corner.
Eden, do you watch her do this?
I don't think I cannot. I think I do.
Okay.
But I think it's over the brim of the teacup, and then I will look away as soon as she turns around.
Sure.
How are you feeling? I know a lot has happened.
I'm okay. It's been weird to have my uncle back in my life, even for a short moment.
Mm-hmm.
But also, traveling is interesting. I feel like I haven't quite settled yet, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to the big city for the first time is... I can only imagine how jarring.
And then the terrible stuff at this circus, I don't know. Well, not the circus, but...
I know what you mean.
Yeah, you see people do parlor tricks and, moving coins, that kind of thing, making cards appear, that kind of thing. I don't think I've ever seen magic like what he was doing, but also it went so foul so fast.
This doesn't feel like magic, it feels like something else.
Yeah.
Magic is just... It relies on your charisma. It relies on your ability to lie.
Yeah. And I wish I was being lied to, is what I'll say.
I
It
understand.
would be much easier.
Mm-hmm. Now that we've pulled back the curtain, there's no way not to know that it's there.
So what do we do?
I don't know. There was this thing that I used to do for the high society ladies, and they loved it. Would you like to have your cards read?
Sure.
Most often, I find that it just tells an interesting story. And you can be vague enough that it can apply to anyone. They can connect the dots themselves. But I'm curious. Every once in a while I feel as if, silly to say, but I'm being guided to specific cards or a specific layout, and I wanted to read your cards.
Yeah, I had a friend in school once that stumbled over a deck of some sort, and she described it as like a tickle on the back of her neck. And I can't say I've ever felt anything like that wasn't just fear, but I'm willing. Why
Okay.
not?
All right. And Lorelei gets out from her purple velvet purse this very old deck of cards that she carries with her everywhere. They're like the kind of thing that's no longer in print. And she sets them down on the table. Really simple, black on the back. It's really nondescript. And it's like folded and ripped in a couple places. And she shuffles them all and makes you choose 3 for past, present, future. And then she lays them out and turns them around.
How do you want to do this, Rachel? Do you want to?
What a question!
Do you want to? Do you got? I mean, I got a tarot deck. You have to give me a second. I can go grab one.
Yeah, I was like, I have one over there.
I love this game.
Give me 10 seconds.
Okay, I'll just vamp in the meantime.
All right, 1 second.
Aiden, think of a question in your mind. Something that is important to your life. This is the question you're asking the deck.
Does it have to be yes or no?
It's easier if it is, but it doesn't have to be. It can be whatever you want.
Are we just doing major arcana, or do we want the whole deck?
Whole deck, baby. Let's do it.
Whole deck.
Whole
Okay.
deck.
Let's go.
I mean, when your players do moves like this, you gotta respect it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. I'm gonna try to embody the character of Eden as I cut this deck.
Yes.
Or here, actually, do me this.
Channel.
I'm gonna roll my finger down the side of the deck, Lexi, and you tell me when. Ready? Go.
Yep. Now.
Okay.
Fancy deck.
It is very fancy.
Beautiful.
Gilded.
Okay. Just the top 3?
Past, present, future.
Past.
The tower.
No.
What is it?
The Hermit.
Oh. Okay, great.
Perfect.
Wow. Present. Spooky. The Moon.
Ooh.
I have no idea. It's been a while, so I do not know if these off the top of my head. So you're
This is incredible.
okay. All right. Phew. Okay.
A future. Tower.
Future. 3 of Pentacles.
Ooh.
Okay. I need to write this down.
You have your question in mind, right? When you drew that?
Was as the past, present, and future was. I mean, were we thinking generally, or?
Yes, it's pretty general, but
Yes.
I told her to.
I was doing my
Yes.
best to think of Eden.
Channel.
You know. I think you know what question's at the top of her mind. So yeah.
I mean, your guess is as good as mine.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Okay.
these all feel very apropos to you.
How so?
As the hermit, you did seclude yourself from not just the city life, but other people. Seems as though you withdrew yourself from family. And I hope this doesn't come across as insulting, but it feels as if you had just a very, very select few number of people in your life who you let close. Is that right?
That's right. It's much easier that way.
That is your past. Your present. This is one of my favorite cards. A lot of people who have a tarot deck, they decide what their touchstone card is. It's a card that represents you. And I picked the moon a long time ago because I had this very bizarre friend in school who gave me this deck. And she used to tell me that she felt so connected to the moon that she would open her window and lean out backwards, holding onto the frame so that she could absorb the moon. The moon is about your intuition, and it usually shows up in a time of uncertainty. represents your subconscious, which I think is growing, considering what we are going through. Does this sound applicable?
It's scary, but yeah.
They sometimes can be, and then sometimes they're not. And your future. Actually, makes me a little happy to see the Three of Pentacles means teamwork and community. That's very nice for a future card.
I think it would be. I don't think there's many things I believe in anymore. And unfortunately, that gets rid of a lot of hope. But if that's a future for me, I can't say I wouldn't enjoy. I can't say I haven't missed what it's like to have friends or family or people that know you.
We are happy to know you, Eden. I am very happy to know you.
I'm happy to know you too. I think... What do we do with the cards? Do you keep them? Do I keep them?
I just go back in the deck. Do you want to make a note of... Some people like to make notes of what was drawn.
Sure. And, I think that she will write left-handedly, all of the cards that you wrote down, or that you said. And you see that she tries to meticulously write, like, remember and write every single word that you said. Including the personal stories, just like keeping all of it.
And you can always ask me again. I'm more than happy to.
Yeah, I don't read cards or anything, but if you need to hunt or something, it's kind of one of the only things I'm good at.
No, you're good at much more than that.
Yeah, I think Eden sips her tea a little bit.
Yeah. It's not long. You're both sort of buzzing with this and what this could mean, but also it's been a long day. It's not long where caffeinated tea or no, you feel yourselves tiring.
Yep.
And I believe Lorelei was going to give Eden the spare bedroom, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lorelei is just sleeping on the couch.
Nice.
It's a nice couch. It's like a blue velvet couch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And you say you're very, very Lynchian. You say your goodnights. And Lorelei, you're left in your parlor on your very comfortable couch with some blankets and some throw pillows. And the portrait of you and your husband in much happier times looking down on you. And sleep eventually finds you all. Lorelei, you dream. So many images, so many feelings, so many emotions of the day, it's probably not much of a surprise. Your mind's seeking rest from the horrors that happened at the theater and from the book that you've been reading all evening. You dream of the Seaside Inn, one of yours and Waleed's favorites, in Brighton, with beautiful rooms and beds you could just get lost in. You feel the crispness of the sheets against your face, and beyond your closed eyelids, you even feel as if you could see the afternoon sun peeking through shutters as you and your husband enjoyed an afternoon nap. At first, the sound of the waves was a relaxing balm to your ears. That methodical whoosh, whoosh, as the tides came in and out. But slowly, achingly slowly, that whoosh melts away, softly. And soon all that remains of the sound is a drip. 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 But you realize, your eyes still closed, that the sound isn't coming from outside your window anymore. It's no longer hundreds of yards or so to the ocean. This continual drip, drip, drip. It's in the same room. You can hear the splash on the floorboards as a small puddle was certainly forming in your room. From wherever this incessant drip, drip, drip is coming from. Then you hear a soft padding, like feet on the wooden planks of your room. Not feet. Paws. Crossing the room. Getting closer to your bed. Do you open your eyes?
Mm-hmm.
You open your eyes, and for that split second before you wake, the last thing you see is matted, soaked, dark fur covering a lithe, skinny, bony canine body. And you feel, right before you jolt awake from your bed on the sofa, the feel of a dry, raspy tongue touch your fingertips. And you lurch up at the couch, awake.
She's like covered in a cold sweat.
Yeah. It's morning. Charlotte or Diarmuid, you may even be awake. She's probably stayed up quite a bit later than you. You might already be quietly trying to make tea or make some form of breakfast as you hear a sharp inhalation of breath come from the sofa.
You okay? Charlotte is in the kitchen. She has been trying to be so quiet. So quiet. Like, you know when somebody's sleeping and you can't help but make loud noises?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you accidentally drop things on the floor. Yeah.
And it's like all of your dexterity skills down the window.
In fact, your first few, you probably the door clicked a little too loudly. You bumped into one of the shelves or something. But she hadn't moved. Nothing. Dead to the world.
So, yeah. Are you?
Yes. Oh, bad dream.
Oh. Charlotte walks from the kitchen to the living room. Lorelei, you're drenched. And if there's room, can Charlotte sit next to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty big couch.
Okay. You're soaked. Are you feeling okay? Are you ill?
I don't know.
Well, what do you feel? Can I take your temperature?
Lorelei, make a sanity roll.
Okay, if you say so.
19!
Nice. Even with the success, you still lose 1 sanity point.
Okay. We're still holding it down. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Try it.
Do I feel ill at all?
No.
Okay.
Just clammy from a bad dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all
Or that feeling Yeah, that cold sweat, as you said, where it feels as if your body was very hot at one point in the night, but now it seems to have passed you.
Well,
I'm okay.
okay. Sometimes I get dreams too. So, would you like some tea? I've warmed up water.
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
That's pretty much all you've got in here.
It's just tea. I didn't want to say anything. There's no
We
food.
can get more. There should be some eggs left, and we can always go to the rooftop garden. I have not shown you my garden yet.
You have a garden?
How old are these eggs here?
They shouldn't be that old.
Well, when's the last time you've been here? It's been a while, right?
Oh, you're right.
Don't eat those eggs.
No,
Yeah,
no,
maybe don't eat those eggs. But I have a garden, and there's food up there in the garden. It's tomatoes and green beans and garlic. I have a neighbor that goes and takes care of it when I'm not here.
Oh,
Yeah, there are
think
other
there's some
tenants in the building. Yes, yeah.
breakfast.
that's wonderful. We can make like a veggie. You have flour, right?
Mhm.
Right?
Well,
we
if
can.
we're gonna be here for a while, I could go out and get something.
We should get some.
I was thinking we
groceries.
should go grocery shopping for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'll
who's
go-
gonna go down to the butcher?
Oh yes. I'll go to the garden. I need some fresh air, anyways. And she puts on a house coat and goes out and then up a set of stairs where there's a door that's locked, but there's all of the tenants have a key to it, and it opens to the rooftop where there are a couple of other gardens, mostly like flowers and stuff, but hers is this like wild thing that's just barely fenced in over in the corner because that's how she likes it, and like it's organized in the way that she is organized. She goes about, and this is one of my meaningful locations.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the garden that she and Waleed made.
Hmm.
She goes around plucking different like red peppers. Anything
Between
that's in season.
rediscovering your rooftop garden and Diarmuid making a quick trip down to the bodega, no, whatever they call them
Yes.
in London.
Bodega, for sure.
The four of you enjoy a very strangely domestic morning. But you set about to the day ahead. You have several hours until you are scheduled to meet Ingrid.
Wasn't until 3:30.
But that sounds right.
That's what I have written, so I'm
yes,
I'm
great.
hoping.
Now, remind me, did you say you were going to meet her at the house? I seem to remember she was.
The cafe.
Yeah, she suggested the cafe. In fact, I would point out that she maybe seemed mildly resistant to meet you at the house.
Mm-hmm.
She knows very clearly. You would know from talking to her that she's very aware of the horrible crime that happened there. And she hasn't lived there in months, though long prior to that. But so you have more than a few leads to pursue if you would like, and you have a few hours with which to do so.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I have two things that I would like to do. And Diarmuid, you may want to come with me to this one. I want to go visit Mildred and peruse her book stock.
Oh, books.
We can all go to the bookstore. And then I want to go to the Ace Emporium, which is where Memphis had gotten a lot of his...
It was known as maybe one of the most popular legit magic shops, not really for the tourists. The real stuff is in the London area, the Ace Emporium. Yes.
Nice.
I love a shopping adventure.
Mm-hmm. Looking forward to it. Does anyone else have anything they want to do?
Not specifically.
Okay. Anything you want to sightsee while we're here?
Oh. I felt the magic was enough, but I know that we have to see the artists, the people that I don't know.
Oh, Leonardo da
you all wrote a
Vinci.
Oh,
Yes, that guy.
Yes.
We can
To the museum?
find you some
Yes.
books about Leonardo da Vinci. We can go to the Natural History Museum,
Yes.
assuming it was there in the 1920s. I imagine it was in some capacity.
Someone. Well, that would be an art museum. Yes, right. But
Natural History Museum is a big, crazy museum.
But natural history are the ones that have like dinosaur bones and such. They don't normally have like full art, right?
It has a lot.
Got it.
It has a lot of art in terms of like cultural statues.
Well,
The British Museum procured.
Oh yeah. What? The British?
My people?
What?
Stealing artifacts?
No. Never. Yes, you could certainly go on a museum excursion to clear the head and perhaps take in some culture if you'd like.
Love.
They were at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London in 1912.
Amazing.
The V&A was
Amazing.
I love that museum. It's my favorite museum.
Love this. Okay.
I love the V&A. I'm passionate about it.
Lexi's excited. Eden is completely bored.
Oh, that's
Already
so
bored.
funny.
I'll take you to my favorite patisserie.
Oh.
Sweets.
Mm-hmm. Un petit patisserie.
Yeah, Eden's like, I know that's bread.
It's
well,
think.
custards.
yes,
Oh.
it's sweets and macarons and tiramisu and Paris opera cake and all that. We'll get an array.
Good. Okay.
It's like going
Other
for
than that.
donuts.
Yeah,
There's
pretty
a
much.
donut spot in the city.
Fancy donuts.
Yeah.
Really nice ones.
Fancy donuts.
Fancy donuts.
Rich
Amazing.
people stuff.
Yeah.
People stuff.
That's like,
Cakes.
I think Eden is like, rich people. Just keep
Cakes.
throwing your French words.
Oh my
Magic
gosh.
Man.
No, it's just cakes and sweets and desserts. And you'll
And-
like it, I promise.
Lorelei shows you all around her neighborhood of London. I mean, Charlotte, you've never been here before.
No.
Eden, you've been to London before, but you maybe have never spent much time in this neighborhood.
I
And
did a couple episodes ago ask for an appointment to be made. Do you remember?
specifically the gunsmith?
No.
No, remind me.
A couple episodes ago, Lorelei sent out word to the tailor that made clothes for her and her husband to get everyone like a nice city suit or dress.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we can say that happens this morning.
Nice.
Love.
Our fits.
We're gonna run out. Like this, we're leaving very little time for the museum, which is maybe exactly what Eden wants to hear.
Eden's like stalling.
Oh no, we ran out of.
stay here.
No, I spent too long eating my tiny cake.
Very much picturing Lorelei sitting on a chair and like watching everyone do the like outfit change montage.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Perfect. Now everyone has a nice tailored suit or
Oh,
dress.
is there anything that anything specific that people might like that they think might be appropriate?
So Charlotte is wearing emerald green. It is like an emerald green vest with a longer, like a skirt, with a cream colored blouse. So she looks very studious but sharp.
Yes. Very nice. Any specific needs from the tailor, Diarmuid, or what do you think?
I think we're gonna go with the classic brown herringbone tweed
Nice.
It's a nice
Nice.
jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very good.
to match the cap.
Mm-hmm. You have a full matching set. Oh my gosh.
And Eden, you are getting fit by a tailor. Maybe something that's never happened with you before, or maybe I'm wrong. Actually, possible that the Lady
It's
Milligan.
possible.
It's possible the Lady Milligan's gotten you plenty of bespoke clothing at this point. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yes.
I feel like she measured once and just has used the same measurements ever since. It just is like,
And
just
it's
keep doing that.
Thank gosh, and
Never
she's like the
changed.
same size.
She takes her own measurement.
Yeah.
Yep,
Been
exactly.
changed in 15 years.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Goodness.
God, yeah, I think Eden is wearing like the old like they're really really nice pants, but they like go up super super high, like what we call high-waisted now. Has like a button-up shirt and like suspenders and like a nice tie or something. I think that's what's going on there. Very mask leaning for
Very
Eden
cool.
on
Love it.
purpose.
For sure.
At some point, Diarmuid will grab another cap and fit it with some razor blades and give it to Eden.
Didn't you do that to me at one point? Don't
A
I have
razor
like
blade
also
all
a
your
razor
hats.
blade hat?
You know, we've done weirder.
It's a sign of
it.
love. It's a
It
sign
is.
of love.
Really
It
is.
Mhm.
It's the
Lorelei
sign that
pays
Diarmuid
for-
has accepted you.
Yep.
Lorelei pays for all of this. By the way,
And,
it's all a gift from her.
Oh, it's very nice.
Love that.
When he gives it to you, Diarmuid says, if you hold it in the back where it's soft and you swing it around like that, it's like perfect for the throat, you know? It's just perfect to get right there in the jugular. It's primo. And you'll never know.
Amazing.
You could do and then put it right back on and just keep walking.
Amazing. How'd you find that out?
When I was a child. Well, a teenager.
Okay. Okay, great. I also did
Think
dangerous
of the
things when I was a
time
teenager.
and the location.
Yeah.
When I was a
Yeah.
teenager in the
Yes.
1800s. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're up there. Yeah.
To
That's
the
hard for
museum?
me to say. I was a teenager in the 1800s. Hi. Lord.
Whew.
How you doing there, old man?
I'm definitely old. Still got it though, I gotta tell you. Still got it. I forgot I was mad at you.
Who?
Oh yeah.
Who?
Me?
Which one?
Yeah, you. I say this after. Thank you very much for the suit. It's very nice. I appreciate you, but I'm mad at you still.
Why are you mad at me? What did I do?
You treated me like I was a child.
When?
Last night, before you went to bed, you're keeping information from us.
No.
Where's the book? What's in it? What you read? What you learn?
The book is about witch trials
Right?
and people who practiced thaumaturgy in the 1700s.
Indeed.
And it's made of very foul-smelling shark skin.
Oh.
I think. I'm not sure. Really,
It smells
I
bad.
don't know if I want to know exactly what it's made of. Okay. There you have it. It's
Still
people like
mad?
me. That's all. Are we okay? I did not mean to
You did
treat you
buy
as a
me
child.
suit, I suppose.
I hope you know I do not view you as a child. I view you as a very formidable and dangerous adult/friend.
I would hope it'd be the other way around. Friend
Adult
slash
slash
adult, but I guess
friend.
I'm
Slash
not
adult.
adult first, I
Well,
suppose.
I don't view you as a child. Is the point?
Yeah, I just when there is information to be had, putting it off purposefully for no reason other than your own benefit is a bit a trigger, you might say.
I see. I understand.
I
If it
come
is
from a
important, I
logistics
will tell you.
background. Thank you.
Yes.
Data
It is important.
important.
If it affects you, I promise you I will tell you.
You may not know data that affects me without knowing it will. So just, especially since we're dealing with a lot of hard to explain situation.
Yes.
And if anything goes weird with that book you're reading, just tell me.
I will.
I know you've been seeing things out windows and whatnot.
I haven't seen the boat in a long time. Not since we were on the boat.
Listen to yourself out loud when you said that, objectively.
I'm not going to see the boat in the middle of a road in London. Even I'm not that
You're
crazy.
applying logic to a thing that's not logical.
You're right.
Aren't we all?
Well.
Yes, I attempted to, but that's a bit of my point is, look, we're dealing with a real world, right? So we got to deal with some logic, but then there's things like this book, and apparently you can jump through cabinets and appear on other sides of the room, and we've got people turning into monsters with claws and bug eyes, and I just want us not to be the source of danger for each other.
Very understandable.
That's all I'm saying.
I promise I would never get myself to a point where I would be a danger to any of you. You mean more
I also
to me
remind you that I come from a family of witches.
What?
What do you mean remind? What do you
Well, I
mean
showed you
remind?
this, didn't I? I showed you this.
No, you did not.
I
Really
did, in
say,
fact,
oh,
show
by
you.
the way, I don't think you showed it to me.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know what you're talking about. It did
No.
take me a
It's the
second.
tiny
yeah.
bear. Yeah.
It's a
I
little
don't-
wooden.
I don't
I
know.
must have missed
It's
this.
it's a bear.
No, well, it's a special bear. It symbolizes.
Okay, you call them witches. I call them druids.
Oh, I like druids.
And I like witches
I mean, they're
too.
witches, basically. They're really the same thing.
I know. I'm just surprised.
Why are you surprised?
I don't know because you never.
I think this was a thing we didn't know about you.
You always describe yourself as a man of science and
druids were about
logic.
science.
I'm more saying that you've never described yourself as somebody who believes in the supernatural,
I'm
other
pretty
than
sure mustard gas at one point was a druid spell.
I
Sure about that.
I don't know.
Are you sure about that?
This
It
conversation
is a collection of
interesting
chemicals.
turn.
A druid spell or a
I'm
druid
saying like
science
I was saying
experiment.
exaggerated. I was exaggerating to make a
Well,
point.
okay, now we
Okay,
know
more
that
of
you...
like maybe they took a
Wait,
root and
okay,
and
back,
pushed
rewind.
it down into
Because
a
magic is science, we don't
Can we-
understand a lot of the time.
rewind? Can we
Exactly.
rewind back to you saying
Yeah.
a reminder of something that we did not know? That you come from a family of witches.
Yeah, I mean,
What kind of witches? All druids?
yeah, druids, mostly protectives, mostly.
We're having this conversation going to the cafe.
Yes, we're
Yeah, for
walking,
Okay,
we're
are we
talking.
skipping the magic shop and we're by this time?
Oh,
Okay, no, that's
I
fine.
do want to go to the magic shop, though.
Okay,
Wanna
there's
interrogate Ruben.
there's probably some time
Okay.
to go to the magic shop before the cafe is needed, for sure.
Mostly, bear druid, protectives.
That's extremely
aggressive
fascinating.
when we need to be.
Does this mean you're a werebear? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Well, no, he's a druid with a bear totem.
Wait,
What?
Okay, I misunderstood.
I didn't
I'm
say I
very
was a druid.
confused.
I didn't say I was a druid.
Well, you have
I
a
am
bear
not druid.
totem,
Well, that's true. I
and you come from a
think I've
family of
ever thought of it that
druids.
way.
Very confused.
And
If
I
you
mean,
practice
if-
it spiritually,
Yes.
you are it.
and
I mean, I do speak to the Great Spirit, yes.
yes, and I'm also connected to
but
things as well, so I understand.
It's more of a acknowledgement of the natural world, really, to be honest.
Yes.
Right? I mean-
yes.
Gravity is the closest thing as we've got to God, in my opinion.
hmm And some of us, again, it's not a reminder, but I think it's maybe apparent, and some of us also follow, as in think about, as in lightly have an
Reveal.
altar to the goddess Hecate.
I remember this one. This one we shared as a group. We knew this one.
Yes.
Normal.
Yes, I'm just saying that, like, the natural world also includes things like entropy and transition, and it is okay to worship those things as well.
Very true. Yes. It's just that
yeah.
we didn't know this about you. It's good to
We
learn.
didn't, Diarmuid. People knew about mine.
Yes.
Oh.
So
I think that you kind of could tell if I had a thing that passed down from my family.
I didn't know where you got it.
It was just a bear.
I thought it was just a bear.
Anyways,
A good
we're
one.
here. We should go talk to this guy,
apologize.
Ruben.
Don't apologize. It's quite interesting.
We're
I
learning
actually
about each other.
love this.
before we go in there,
Yes.
should I believe in something? I feel left out.
what do you want to believe in?
Yeah, believe in what you want.
Is that is it a
Find
choice?
it.
It
No,
sounds like-
you
Oh,
find
it's a
it
choice. It
naturally.
absolutely is a choice. I
Has
didn't come from
anyone
a
else
religious
found
family.
her name being Eden and she needs something to believe in? That just thought on me.
Very biblical.
Is that
I didn't think about it. But yeah, it is pretty.
interesting?
I think it will come to you.
Okay.
Instead of having something
Eden's not-
foisted upon you, I think it'll come to you.
Right, right.
Not
I
unique
just
to
look.
the Christian religion, though.
What?
The concept of Eden isn't unique to the Christian religion.
No, but specifically the concept
The
of
name
the
Eden, for
Garden
sure,
of
yes,
Eden.
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
But the, Shangri-La.
The concept, you're right,
Yes.
exactly.
Anyways,
That's
I'm
what I
opening
was-
this door and going into this magic shop to talk to this guy.
Oh, you don't want to talk about religion then?
No, I
Oh
don't.
no, are you fighting again?
We should move to politics. We should just talk
Opening
the
about
door.
politics.
No, I would like to open this magic shop door and see
No
if we can get
politics
back on
or
the case.
religion in the magic shop, please.
Or
It's strictly forbidden.
religion.
No,
Magic,
no.
though. What
I'm
is
so
religious
sorry.
magic?
No. Hello. Who am I speaking to?
You see behind the counter of the Ace Emporium magic shop. It's a compact but a well-stocked magic shop and a cheaper part of one of the busier sections, more stuffed sections of London. The window as you all walk up feature novelties and amusements for general public, and they continue inside as you step in. You do see further towards the back packs of playing cards, cup and ball sets, various instructional manuals on conjuring for beginners. It all seems quite, for a place that you've been told is the real deal, upon first inspection, it all seems quite beginner stuff. But standing behind the desk is the white-haired, closely cropped, bearded fellow, Reuben Levy. Genial fellow, and calls out as he hears the same discussion, more than happy to jive in, but jokingly says, "No politics or religion here in the magic shop, please. We tend to leave it outside."
No. We are not bringing it in here. Are you Reuben?
I am, yeah, that I am.
Oh, hello. You may have heard of me in this circle. My name is Lorelei Shepherd.
Lorelei Shepherd.
Yes,
that
I
does
run a lot of seances for the hoity-toities.
The hoity-toities, yes, I'm very familiar.
A duchess once.
Lorelei, your name does ring a bell. I'm not sure I've ever had the pleasure, though. It's so nice to meet
Oh,
you.
it's so nice to meet you too, Reuben.
Well, welcome.
Thank you. This is my first time here.
Well, welcome. If have a look around if you like. If there's anything, plenty of things for the novices or the more practiced, if you like.
What about those of us who are beyond practiced?
Beyond practiced,
on
you
an
say?
advanced level, you could say.
Aha, you fancy yourself an advanced magician, do you?
Yes.
Well, I've not seen your work. I'm sorry. I've just heard some things here and there, but
Fine, it's all private parties.
private parties, yes. Well, what sort of things are you looking for? And you very clearly, I mean, I won't even make you roll psychology, that he's sizing you up.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense that as you're standing here, and you can all kind of filter in, and yeah, you see manuals, as I said, like just very simple magic tricks here and there. Diarmuid, you would probably be able to clock that the amount of real estate in this front room seems quite small comparatively to the size of the shop. So without a spot hidden, you'd probably be able to tell that there's a back room that's kept from the eyes of most of the public. But Reuben here in this moment is talking to you, Lorelei, and is very curiously leaning over the counter, basically going, "Oh, well, if it's advanced things you're looking for, what did you have in mind?"
You know, I heard that Memphis, he had some kind of teleportation ability. Do you know anything about that?
Charm or persuade roll? If others would like to assist in this, I will allow
I would
it.
like to assist by distracting him slightly.
Okay.
And Diarmuid says, "Well, if you can't talk about politics or religion, how you feel about philosophy?"
Lorelei, you have a bonus die from Dungeon Speedrun.
Wow!
Yes. Amazing.
And then when I say that, if he looks in my direction, I say, so what's the philosophical implication of magic being an overtly political act?
Okay, I love this. Diarmuid, roll a fast talk.
Oh my
Right.
god.
And you have a bonus die from Angel Devilson.
Thanks to
Amazing.
Angel Devilson.
All right, I want to see
Because
how.
it is true. Magic is an overtly political act, by the way.
All right. All right.
It is.
If you say so.
Okay, I got a 35 under 55, but I
Very
want to
nice.
spend 8 points to make
Under
it.
55, yeah. For to a
27
27 would make it a hard success for
I
sure.
can do math.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
So I got an 8
Okay.
under
Dang, boy.
over 5. I got an 8 over 5.
Right.
But the extra dice was a 3 under 5.
Wow.
God, that's nice.
What? Amazing.
I rolled
Okay.
the zero. I rolled the zeros on the
Okay,
first
but,
one.
he's somewhat distracted as Diarmuid is basically philosopher. I mean, what do I look like to you? Do I'm a learned man, but there's some things that even I are a bit over my head. I know when I'm out of my depth, fellow. But yeah, those teleportation boxes are quite something, aren't they?
Indeed.
Huh? You seen Hawkins act?
Briefly, yes. That was the only thing that seemed new and exciting to me. The rest was just...
I'm pretty convinced it's a double, though, aren't you?
I would be if I had not been up close.
Yeah, whenever I've seen that done before, you just get a... I mean, I even knew one who had a twin brother years ago.
That's what I was expecting, that we would find out that he had a twin, but in fact, no. It's just him.
It was impressive, though. Well pulled off.
However, he did it, so I'm assuming that you don't have anything...
Did you say those boxes were Memphis's?
Yes, Memphis got them... Harold got them from Memphis.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
Do you know where
In-
Memphis might have gotten them?
I didn't, but no one ever does, do they, with that boy? Or man, I should say.
From what I've heard, yes, he seemed very... strange. Even for us.
Yeah, I've seen Memphis's act well back in the day. For 5 or 6 times. He's always got the knack for that. Those tricks that make you blood run cold, you know?
Were there any others that stood out? Any other tricks?
You know the zigzag girl trick?
No.
You know the one where you put the woman in the 3 boxes and then you move the head this way
yes,
and the
I
body that
do,
way and
you
the
can-
feet.
Yes, yes.
He's got a variation on that one I saw once.
Really?
And those boxes, they slid farther apart than I've ever seen anyone else. Really upsetting.
Interesting.
There's a point of entertainment where it reaches like I'm seeing something that I shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm. I am very familiar.
There are people who like that kind, a show. There's an audience for it, but
Are there
I
any
mean-
other magicians that have shows like that?
here and there you hear about, but I mean, I think no one's made quite as big a deal out of it as Memphis. At least in the last few years. I saw once... He had another one. So his teleportation, he had a teleportation trick.
Did it involve 2 boxes?
It was slightly different, this one.
Oh.
Because it had him and Pierre in 4 different places around the auditorium so fast.
Oh.
Unless you had 3 doubles.
Impossible.
Ah, come on.
Now these boxes, did they all look the same? I'm picturing it had Egyptian scroll on the side.
Oh yeah, you know it did.
All 4.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know 2 went to Harold. Do you know where the other 2 went?
No idea. I'm both pleased and maybe a little disappointed to say that Memphis and I were never the dearest of friends. But honestly, that guy gives me the creeps.
Yes, from what I've heard, probably good. Well,
Is there anything you're looking to buy? I apologize, but if you'd like access to the back room, I could show you around.
I would love that.
Oh, certainly.
Thank you. I'm immediately going to start appraising everything in there.
I was to say, Eden and Charlotte as well, if you've been looking around during this entire conversation, I mean, you see books. You see, I will just point this out to all of you, that if any of you would like to purchase a book of simple stage magic.
Yes. Sorry. How much is that?
It will take you.
Was that Surena or was that?
That was Surena. Charlotte goes,
A little
Maybe.
interesting.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Not interested.
Just to let you know.
Magic girly? I don't know.
I don't know.
To let you know the Call of Cthulhu rules about acquiring skills through the use of study, you can purchase one of these books here. It will take you a few weeks, to learn and study, but you can achieve up to 1d10 points in a new skill. In this case, sleight of hand, arts. What's the other one? There is skill of an arts and crafts that is stage magic. That is one of the arts and crafts specifics.
That's fun.
Cool.
I will also say that within this, I mean, you'll even maybe see a little sign on the countertop that says that Ruben himself is available to train someone, but it again will take several sessions. If these are long-term things that you're interested in. But if you'd like to, I mean, he's certainly willing to sell you whatever you like.
Yes. Wow, there's so many good books here. I would like to pick the Stagecraft book, Stage Magic.
Oh yeah, that's a good one right there.
Oh, and I see your sign here. Hi, I'm Charlotte.
Charlotte Rubin, it's very nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. I am somebody who has a tenacity for learning.
Huh.
When I pick up a new skill, it's like no skill before it has ever existed. In that regard, I see that you have a sign there that says that you teach.
I do.
Stagecraft.
I do.
So what does that coursework entail?
Oh, well, I mean, there's certain tricks of the trade that I've learned over my years that I think I've grown the experience of an accomplished teacher, perhaps of, it depends what you're sort of looking for, but, with the proper time, I could teach you some fun, tricks, some fun illusions, if you like, some simple up close, if you like, and others such. Maybe even how to use one of our larger apparatus.
Yes, I think that would be tremendous. Sure. I'm really interested in learning the up close and magic that requires a certain amount of dexterity. I feel like I would have an aptitude towards that.
Sleight of hand, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And as if he's saying this in a very charming manner, a business card appears in his hand.
Oh, sorry. If you recall, Charlotte was real jazzed at the magic show. So I was kind of losing my mind until it got scary.
He's not a full David Blaine. Like he's like, hey, this, and then he just like scratches something on his forehead. No, it's not that bad. But he's a charming proprietor of this shop, and he produces a card for you. He's like, well, the book will cost you a couple pounds now.
Great.
And as far as a lesson, why don't you write down your availability and give me a call?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Charlotte writes down all.
Whenever.
Because what else are we doing?
Now? Question mark?
But I don't know how long I'll be here.
Sure. Absolutely. ASAP as much as possible.
God.
Do you have an intensive?
Summer program.
I just need 24 hours.
What can you teach me in the next 2 days?
Fantastic.
Ruben, yeah, sir.
I have a question for you. You seem tied into the magic community around here.
I'm a bit,
you know Ingrid? Hey, what's her last name?
Schwartz.
Schwartz.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know Ingrid?
I do, yeah, she's fine. She's a good woman.
I see. You seem to know her quite well.
We've gotten to know each other a bit. I find she's got a nice head on her shoulders, which is not always something you find in this business.
I see. What do you think of her, boyfriend?
Hawkins.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Fiance, thank you.
He's a bit easier to deal with than some of the other magicians out there, I'll say that.
I feel like there's more there, Fred.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest fan of his mentor, Ingred's father, as you know. But Harold seems determined to be his own man, so to speak, and I think that's probably for the best. But as I said, I've seen Hawkins' most recent show. It's fine. He's fine. He's on his way. I don't really have much of a strong opinion of him, if I'm being totally honest. But Ingrid loves him, and I like Ingrid. So if he mistreats her, I'll send some guys after him.
Do you have guys?
See, that's
Sorry.
what I like to hear.
I know, fellas. It's London.
And I will attempt to sleight of hand a card just like he did. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, let's go. You gonna show a little?
I don't know.
Okay, roll me a sleight of hand check. I want to see it.
Yeah, me too.
You wait, hang on. You have a bonus die from Dungeon Speedrun.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, Dungeon.
Hero.
18 over 10.
Aw, you sweet man. You try.
Pretty good, all things considered, but not good enough.
If you need one of them guys to send over, is what I'm saying.
And he gives you just a very nice smile, and he's like, I could teach 2 lessons at the same time for maybe a slight discount.
A bundle.
I would love to learn how to be good with my hands other than unlocking doors.
That's why I'm taking it.
So earnest.
Very nice.
So sweet. That's why I'm taking it.
That's why I'm taking it. Because I'm a surgeon.
The less I know, the better.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, Lorelei, you were wanting to see the back room. If y'all would, please, if you're with a friend of Lorelei's, a friend of mine, so go on back.
Praising eyes are open immediately.
Certainly. Yeah, he leads you back into this back room that, as I intimated, the back room is almost as large as the public space. Bookcases and plenty of mysterious boxes visible within. And he says this now, as I said, is for advanced magicians only.
Fantastic.
But so have a look around. You'll find a bit more stronger stuff. Be my guest. And he'll leave the door ajar, but he'll go back to the desk.
Can I get him for 1 second, and then,
of course.
As I'm appraising, one last thing, Reuben. Harold had a book in his possession. Smelled foul, like the sea, and I think it might have been made of shark skin. I'm assuming by the look on your face, you did not get it here.
I don't deal in those.
Do you know who would?
Not really.
Okay.
Memphis?
Probably.
That's just a guess. No, I've run this humble shop for a good many years now. I tend to deal in the best above board stuff. I admit that there are things that I don't know, some people out there, but life's too short to deal with some of those wackos, if you know what I mean.
Better not to know.
Honestly.
Yes, I understand. Well, thank you, Reuben.
No shark skin books, sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. I don't want to find another like it. If I find anything, I'll let you know. I'm gonna just start.
Roll me an appraisal roll.
Yeah, I can do that. Oh, 23 under 55.
Whoa.
You appraise like a mofo.
It's a skill. You've used it twice now. That's incredible.
That's amazing.
So happy.
She's an antiquarian. This is what she does.
I am useful.
You find professional level books, well-written stuff, some stuff that is probably very limited edition, certainly, that might be more expensive. Apparatus for, any number of, you probably find a very similar apparatus to pull off that levitating woman trick that you saw with the hoop with the latches on it. Things like that. Nothing like gate boxes or books like you found. Nothing like that.
Honestly, good.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
Okay. She might buy another crystal or something to put in her collection of things
Certainly.
rolling around in her purse.
I would love to see the inside, the contents.
I took a photo during our first episode or something. There's a little metal unicorn. There's some candies. There's a bunch of crystals. There's a pyramid filled with sand from Egypt, which is a real thing that I have. She's got a ton of just random.
I love that.
Gobbledygook.
Amazing. But yeah, that's about all you find at the Ace Emporium. You're able to Charlotte, you were able to purchase a book on simple stage magic and close-up magic, sleight of hand.
And is it
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Is it magic stuff? Actual magic stuff? Like what I would find at a New Age store as well?
No.
Or is it, okay.
This is pretty practical magic.
Practical magic. Okay, that's all. I buy my book.
Great movie.
Not the Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman kind.
Dang it.
Dish.
Sorry.
Gosh.
That movie is so weird. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah. I think Eden had her eyes on something, and as she's moving through the store, has walked past the same shelf multiple times, if this shelf exists. I think that once everyone starts to leave, she will walk over and see. I assume that there are tarot cards here.
Yeah, I'll say so. I mean, as I said, it's not the most new agey stuff, but I mean, there's plenty of people here who are what Lorelei used to be or still is in terms of just mentalists and those who hypnotize or those who read palms or fortune tellers of certain kinds. So yeah, you probably see a shelf with a crystal ball, a few tarot cards, things of that nature. Some that are legit and some that might be faked. Maybe there's a deck that's half death cards.
Oh my gosh. Iconic work.
I'm just making that up. But I like to imagine.
And the tower and the devil.
Plebes, all the plebes are oh, the death card is so horrible.
It's death all the way through.
Everyone else who actually knows tarot is okay.
Death is fine.
Death just
Three of
means
Swords, not great.
I'll get into I'll save it for the short rest. I have stories about tarot cards from my childhood. I'll tell you later.
I can't wait. Yeah.
Anyway, Eden, what do you think?
I think Eden's going for the oldest looking, kind of doesn't want something brand new. Just because I think in general she feels very weird with brand new things, but goes for something that might look already used if possible.
Sure.
And then trying to get if there's books or anything on how to actually do things. I think that she's just looking at the trying to figure out how does one actually understand this.
Great.
Whatever she's able to find, she'll pocket. She'll snag.
Are you buying or are you trying to steal?
No, sorry. I mean, she'll buy it. I almost.
Are you trying to steal?
I do have sleight of hand, but I'm not going to risk it.
Ruben's a very nice small business owner.
He's so kind. I want to
How
steal
dare
it.
you?
And I'm gonna be back.
Where'd you steal from?
You're gonna be taking classes, so I will be back. Don't ruin this for me.
Oh my
I won't ruin
goodness.
this for you. I will not ruin this for you.
You find a book on the magic of mentalism, which is a combined art of stage magic and psychology, basically.
Okay.
Cool.
And that certainly includes chapters on reading of cards or reading of palms or things of that nature. You're able to acquire both of those, and Ruben is more than happy to sell it to you. If you're looking for particularly a used deck, which I'll say he's probably only got one, because some people believe that like tarots belong strictly to one person, and so passing down of tarot decks is less common. But I'll say he's got one.
Okay. Yeah, I think even if it's scary later on, I think Eden will grab that deck. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Make note of it.
Good source
I
of
have.
The tarot deck has been passed down to generations.
Yeah, I might come up with a history for that tarot deck later.
Please do. Please do.
I'll roll for it. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna roll for it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god.
I'm not telling you what I'm rolling. I'm just gonna roll for it.
If you roll higher than 100 or higher than 99, higher than 90, it should belong to Lady Milligan.
I'm gonna take a photo of what I just rolled.
What did you roll? I'm so excited.
Lady Milligan? Is it all of my life? What do you mean?
Is it all zeros?
Lady Milligan's a vampire.
I kid you not, I just rolled a 100.
Whoa! Okay, yeah.
It's our
I love being right. I love being. No, you don't have to use that, but I think that's so sick.
I don't know
so
what
good.
it means.
I don't know either.
So good.
What I will say is that it means something.
I'm so excited.
It
I'm
belongs
so
to
excited.
a cultist.
That is what I will say.
Oh my god.
Is that we don't know what that means, but it means something.
Oh, what a wonderful promise you just gave me. Okay, yes.
Scared and excited.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be so good and so bad.
Yes.
So good and so bad.
You all leave with a wonderful, pleasant goodbye and a promise to return for lessons from Ruben as you leave the Ace Emporium and you make your way over to Nelson's, I believe, was the cafe where you said you would meet Ingrid later.
Nelson's restaurant is the one where Josephine Lynch was.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Okay, yes, I couldn't.
My notes.
Thank you. It's okay. Actually, then we'll say that this cafe is not far from Memphis's home.
Could also be Nelson's cafe.
I was gonna say, with Nelson's, it's a chain.
He's an entrepreneur.
They're like an Applebee's. No. Thank you for that clarification.
1920s Applebee's.
Yeah, TGI Fridays of 1920s London.
Chevys, but they don't exist anymore.
Chevys.
Chevys, whoa.
R.I.P. Chevys.
Loved them.
I don't think I've ever had them. I just know of them through legend and lore.
The difference between Chevys and Chili's is like...
Yeah.
It's
Really?
But
basically...
Chevys would give you like the ball of corn dough that you could play with as a kid. No, it was just corn dough that you could play with, and I always ate it.
Oh.
I was so excited to get it and play with it for a minute, and then
I
just
thought it was
remember
a food.
I remember this.
oh, it's edible.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Absolutely. Incredible. Well, but as you make your way up to this cafe, the four of you, you do see already sitting at a booth as you make your way inside, the smiling but still somewhat stressed form of Ingrid Schwartz. And I think that's where we're going to take our intermission.
Ooh.
We will be back shortly, my friends. This has already been such an intriguing episode. Yeah, we'll see you in just a few minutes. Sean, take us away.
You fools! You'll never defeat me. Now face the wrath.
Why is he so hot? What?
I think it's just that epic miniature. It's really doing a lot for me, too.
Yeah, maybe. But he's also kinda...
Silence! As I was saying, face the wrath of my metal army, crafted here in my Eldritch Foundry.
Dude, where'd you get all these minis?
I'm subscribed to Eldritch Foundry's Eldritch Unlimited with unlimited STL downloads. Now can we get back to...
Eldritch Foundry's amazing.
I never thought I'd have the perfect mini for my demon-born, half-elemental, catfolk, warlock, bard multi-class with a bunny wizard familiar, but here she is. Thank you so much for printing her.
Yeah, sure, Jen. No problem.
Now face my wrath.
You fools! You'll never defeat me. Now face the wrath.
Why is he so hot?
What?
I think it's just that epic miniature. It's really doing a lot for me, too.
Yeah, maybe. But he's also kinda...
Silence! As I was saying, face the wrath of my metal army, crafted here in my eldritch foundry.
Dude, where'd you get all these minis?
I'm subscribed to Eldritch Foundry's Eldritch Unlimited with unlimited STL downloads. Now can we get back to...
Eldritch Foundry's amazing! I never thought I'd have the perfect mini for my demon-born, half-elemental, catfolk, warlock, bard multi-class with a bunny wizard familiar, but here she is. Thank you so much for printing her.
Yeah. Sure, Jen. No problem.
Now face my wrath.
And we're back, friends. We are minus a Rachel. We love you, Rachel, but she had to, unfortunately, step away for the rest of the evening. Everything's fine. But we couldn't miss this conversation with the very intriguing, very nice, very chill Ingrid Schwartz.
Seems
Who's
nice.
a troubled young woman, seems to be dealing with quite a lot. But our 4 investigators step into this cafe. It's a very simple London cafe, and already sitting, as I said, in a well-dressed, in a sharp suit, but sitting at one of the booths, you see the familiar face of Ingrid Schwartz, and she'll a polite wave and wave you over. Hello.
I'm gonna sit. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, and she'll look at you, Eden. I'm not certain we met.
Yes, Eden Danforth.
Ingrid Schwartz. It's a pleasure.
She was, or Eden was helping. We went to the hospital with
Louise.
Louise. Yes.
Yes, I know Harold went to the hospital this morning after a rest. Seems she's doing well. A concussion. But yes. Thank you for all of your help, as I said last night.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course.
Well, yes, as I mentioned last night, I am very happy that someone is taking a hard look at some of these strange goings on with my father, and of course, whatever happened amongst those 3 unfortunate souls they found at our home. Well, yes, I'm certainly glad that people are being thorough. And she'll pull the keys out of her pocket and slide them across the table to the 3 of you.
Ingrid.
Yes.
As we are asking all these questions, being thorough, I don't know if anyone else has asked you this yet, but is there anything that you know that no one else has ever taken you seriously about, that we should take you seriously about?
It's a very pointed question.
She's got away with words that way.
Roll a psychology roll, all 3 of you.
I'm so excited. Okay. Oh, I'm not good at this. Okay.
Making me roll all the skills I have less than 10 in.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's going to be an 88 over 10.
I also, it's a very high skill for me, but I failed.
If you like Surena, you no.
100 over 19. Oh, over 10.
You're distracted, Diarmuid, for sure. Charlotte, by the way, you have a bonus die from Dungeon Speedrun.
Thank you, Dungeon Speedrun. Okay.
And I will also say Dungeon Speedrun cashed in their Patreon points, and you have 10 luck points you can add to your stash.
Me?
As well, from Dungeon Speedrun. Yeah.
Thank you. I was just screaming.
Are you all right?
That is a still a fail.
Still a fail.
Just barely, but yeah.
You she waved something off in her mind. That is very nice of you to ask, Eden. I'm, as a daughter of Memphis the Great, I certainly have gotten used to keeping a tight lip about certain things.
That makes sense.
Harold, I'm very grateful you all were there last night. Harold has concerned me the past few weeks. I've even gone so far as to suggest he perhaps seek professional help. But asking men to go to therapy sometimes is quite difficult.
Yes.
Impossible.
True.
Sorry, that was a very 2025 joke.
We're allowed.
We're allowed one.
Wait, what's therapy?
Yeah.
Some men would rather get involved with Cthulhu than go to therapy, am I right?
More men than you think.
Truly.
He and my father were had their disagreements, and I think Harold had already begun to. We'd both. The keys, that house, I moved out of that house several years ago. After Father got back from his sojourn to Bhutan. And Harold's relationship with my father had grown tense.
Mm-hmm.
But, he worried me. I don't know, and he worries me still. I would not be surprised if he appears tomorrow as if nothing has ever happened.
Has that happened before?
Practically.
And when you asked him to seek professional help, how did he react?
Harold?
Yes.
Anger. Remonstrating, that's, it's all part of getting better at what he does. But you saw what happened last night. I'm concerned. And I'm sure that, if he were engaged to someone a little less wary of what it takes to be successful in this business, I don't know, maybe he wishes he had a dumber fiance at times.
I'm sure he doesn't.
Thank you.
I think that from what I can gather, you do a great job at keeping him grounded.
I try.
He's been experimenting with a lot of your father's tricks. Is that...
I haven't been directly aware of anything. I've noticed the cabinets, for instance.
Yes.
Certainly hard not to notice those. But beyond that, he keeps things from me. So, but that makes sense.
Can I ask you a question? And it's veering on the side of personal, and that's why I want to ask before I ask it.
You can ask.
So, as a profession, I am a doctor, and in such, you study a wide variety of different medical disciplines. And I have had a bit of a knack in psychology, for instance, and in meeting people, patients from all walks of life. You have to learn how to understand people quickly. And I'm saying this because sometimes there is a pattern that we, as femme-presenting individuals, do, in that we sometimes create the relationship that mimics the one of our parents. Relationship based in subterfuge and keeping things from people we care about. And if that was your relationship with your father, what I'm trying to say is that, Ingrid, you're not I can't, I won't give you life advice. That's not within, I don't know you well enough, but what I'm hearing is that, what I'm seeing is that you deserve to be with a person that tells you the truth. That's the bare minimum of a relationship. That's the base. It's foundation.
She certainly hears and takes in all of what you're saying, but I want to see how much, so roll me a persuade roll.
Okay. That is a regular success.
Okay.
47 under 60.
Okay. When I moved out of Dad's house, months after he came back from his Bhutan trip, it was because I'd never been afraid of my father before.
Mm-hmm.
And I found myself feeling less and less safe around him.
I see.
And what you say, it's as if you've given word to certain things rolling around in my brain, because there have been times of recent where I have feared Harold in a similar way.
Mm-hmm.
And I never thought I would feel that way about him.
Ingrid.
Yeah.
Do you think Harold had something to do with your father disappearing?
Roll a psychology roll on that one, please.
Ugh. I rolled 100 again.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
You have one more bonus die from Schwagai.
Whew.
If you would like to use it, or if you would like to save it.
Bro, it's 100.
Well, here's the thing. If I use it to roll the singles place, then it's going to be a low number. So
Yeah.
we're going to call that a 2.
Wait, oh, yes, you're right. Wait.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
yes.
a 12.
Okay.
Wait, you
No,
can
it's a
choose
two.
which
Wait.
one you roll?
No,
It's
no,
just
no,
a
no.
two.
You only re-roll the 10 value.
Oh, I thought you chose the one.
No,
you
I'm so
rolled.
sorry.
Oh,
No,
dang.
no. It has to be the 10 value that you re-roll.
Okay.
It's okay.
10, which is my
Not bad.
psychology score.
Hey, it's just a flat success. She bites her lip. A clear sign of someone who's holding something back.
Mhm.
I'm not a foolish woman.
Don't seem that way.
I was with him the night Father disappeared. If the police come by and ask me these same questions, I will deny it.
Of course.
We had an argument. He stormed out. And within 2 hours, he was back. He was back just as he'd left. Nothing telltale, nothing. There's a lot of things unlike him. He was very angry that evening. And Father had been very... Father had been quite easy to get angry at.
Sure.
I don't know. I do think Harold had something to do with my father's disappearance.
Okay.
But as I said, I don't know what. I saw him that night. I was with Harold that night for most of the night.
Well,
but
if I were to ask you, do you think Harold is capable of murder? What would you say? Even if it was out of anger, not thought out, not thought through, is he capable of it?
roll me another psychology roll on that one.
Ooh.
You can all roll on this one.
Perfect.
You're all watching for sure.
Yeah.
44 over 10.
Psychology. Let's go. I got a 3.
Woo!
wait, what are we rolling?
Psychology.
I just rolled a 6.
Whoa!
So that is an extreme success for me.
Yeah.
She rolled a regular success, but an extreme success is better, as we know. So Diarmuid, she looks you dead in the eye. I wouldn't be with him if I thought that. But Charlotte and Eden, there's some sort of micro tick that you see, whether it's a pull at the hem of her blouse, and her speaking about him in the past tense, when moments ago she implied that he would normally never be a man that she was ever afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
But when she answers Diarmuid's question, she's talking about a man in the past tense.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
She's savvy.
Yeah.
She is certainly willing to express concern.
But she's certainly she's sharp.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from her.
Yeah.
For sure.
She's her father's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to be careful at the house. And really, I don't like knowing what happened there. Obviously, it makes me sad. I grew up there, mostly there.
Ingrid, so in my experience with people who become obsessive with things, was there anything you can recall your father saying, repeating, doing, a simple thing, a ritual, perhaps not a magic ritual, but just always leaving at a certain time, or saying a specific set of words, anything like that you can remember? Because that might help us.
Nothing that comes to mind. But he kept many secrets.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
I will say, I think I said as much last night, but Lynch, his sometimes associate, Josephine, the woman who was with him on his trip to Bhutan.
Oh, yes. Did she come back? She came back, right?
She did. She's back, yes.
Okay.
She is an unsettling woman.
Interesting. Why?
You'll see.
Okay.
Who is Josephine Lynch? Remind me.
She is an associate of Memphis's and was with him on the trip to Bhutan. Seemed to have
changed everything.
Disappear with him at the same time. But you were sort of, you've been sort of warned. She's quite beautiful, glamorous, you were described, but intense.
I mean,
and Hawkins as well seemed terrified of her.
Yeah. We love a strong woman. Interesting, good.
Mm-hmm. Platinum blonde hair. Yeah, but yeah, she's been described to you, but yeah, as you know, yeah, she just Ingrid in this moment just kind of gives kind of a knowing, like, you'll see if you ever meet her.
Okay. Well, here. So I know we're meeting here and at this specific location. But would we know Lorelei's phone number to her house? Is there a way?
Yeah, I'll say so. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll say
great.
that. Yeah, we can. There's exchange. You can get digits.
Yeah. I mean,
Nice.
in a very platonic way, I would love to get her digits.
For sure.
But I just listen. I want you to call us if you find yourself in a bad situation, and know that we're not the cops. We're not going to do any of those. We are truly just here to figure out what happened to your father and to do what's right. And that's to make sure that you are also safe, because I saw Hawkins, the state of him. So just call us if you need anything, okay?
Thank you.
Ingrid, do you have building plans for the house anywhere?
Oh, I might have to get you those another time. I don't.
For sure.
But I could probably find some.
It might be helpful just in case there's some hidden place your father had in the house that we could find. Maybe he's
Under the
there.
basement stairs.
I mean,
You mean this hidden place? Pull a lever, bookshelf opens.
You've learned my trick. Every mystery can be solved with a secret door.
Yes.
Curse you!
It's all just a bunch of hidden rooms in Call of Cthulhu.
Curse you, investigators! You'll never find this hidden room. She thinks about it, and she's like, I can probably get a hold of some. I'll have to get those to you another time.
Was your father a man of, did he keep records?
I think so. I think so. You should look through his office.
Those would be in the house, I imagine.
I would think so, yes.
Right. All right.
Well,
again, those plans would help me at least understand. Because here's the thing: if we're going in there and it's going to happen to us, what happened to those other? I don't know what happened or what's going on, but I want to know what we're getting into before we get into it.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good point. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of forgot. I forgot that's what we were. It is so messed up what happened to those people.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Right,
so scary.
Yeah, and I don't want that to happen to us.
No.
Not that I'm saying it will, but if
just
we
in
have
case, Ingrid.
More information going in, the better off
Yes,
we'll be.
great point, Diarmuid. Truly.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
Strategy.
You were good at it.
I mean, it's quite a grand house. There's a theater and a rotunda. I mean, father built it to exhibit some of his own, hold some of his own private shows from time to time. So, I mean, there's several bedrooms, and yeah, there's a full working theater inside the house.
Wow,
that's incredible.
Yeah.
So he had it custom built then. So you should certainly have the plans then.
He did, yes. I imagine that his lawyers probably have one. So I have a sense.
Has lawyer.
Yes.
Rich people are so interesting.
They really are, aren't they?
I can perhaps put in a call, but
Yes.
I'd probably have to get them to you tomorrow. Or have them delivered to you.
That sounds fine.
Sounds lovely.
Well, this has been nice. I don't mean that personally. Just the subject matter, obviously. Thank you for what you're doing. I don't know why I find myself trusting you as much as I do, but you seem You seem more level-headed than most of the people I'm dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Well,
That's-
I do think it's because there's 4 of us.
Yeah, that's what a compliment. Thank you for making the time to talk with us. I know that the subject matter is difficult, but I'm hoping that we can, I don't know, we could lean on us if you need.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. That's more than I've been given in a while. Thank you.
Of course.
And she leaves. Lorelei mentions heading off to her friend's bookshop, but it is now late afternoon. You have the keys to the house. Diarmuid makes a good point. The last time 3 strangers walked into that house,
They're promptly murdered.
real bad stuff happened.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
should wait, probably, right?
Yes.
I'm
I think
thinking
so.
we wait for I'd like to go to Mildred's anyway. They've got a book or 2 I'd like to look for.
Okay.
That sounds good.
So you will do it. You don't have to come with me.
I'm not going to the house, certainly not. It's either go
No,
to
no, no,
Mildred's or
do
go back
not
to the
go
apartment.
house.
Well, I'll
Yeah, I'm
just.
saying, feel free to go back to the apartment if you want.
Well, that seems boring.
If someone wants to solo speedrun the house, you can do it.
Eating runs.
We come back into session and we're fine. We're
It's like,
normal.
I did it in 9 minutes and there are murders everywhere.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's all good.
Also, I'm covered in blood. Don't ask for
Don't ask. It's everyone's blood. There are so many
Fine,
people. All their blood.
Gosh. I think Eden will follow you and to the bookstore for sure. Or to
Certainly.
Mildred's.
Certainly.
I also love a bookstore. Like, Charlotte she's a learner.
Yeah.
A learner.
Learner.
Perfect.
A researcher, if you will.
Well, you all cross the city as you have multiple times this day. You've had quite a varied 24 hours in this new city that you all kind of gathered. And it's, you find yourself, Eden, thinking back to that 3rd card that you pulled last night. Of community, of fellowship. Even as you share a small joke or small observations around looking around this city, this place where the shadows seem a bit darker, the reflections seem a little more twisted. As you said, you wonder if you've just seen things that were always there and you just can see them a little better now. But you huddle yourself closer to your friends. And you walk together across town to a very, what's the word? Eccentric bookshop.
Yes.
But unless there's anything else, I think that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful stopping point.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Got so much more on the way.
I'm terrified. We're setting it up, and now I don't want it's long rest material, but I don't want anything to ever happen bad to Ingrid. I will protect her with my life.
I agree.
She is perfect.
I love it.
She's a queen.
She's a queen.
She's a queen. She's a
Yeah.
queen. She's savvy.
Yes.
Yes. This is Angel says it's her kind of session. I love it. Yeah. I love just the adjustments y'all are making in game, and you're learning so much. Yeah, it's really wonderful.
Yeah, well, there's some really, again, we'll save it longer. Sure.
No, but yes, and it just reminds me to say patreon.com/a dungeon run. We do a lovely lovely after show every time where you can kind of get sort of our immediate reactions to things. Yeah, there's so much more to uncover going into this one, and we haven't even gotten to the big spooky house yet.
I'm so scared.
I know.
That time is coming.
I'm afraid.
We like to end every show with the readings of certain higher level patrons. I know I've emailed them to you. They should be there for you to peruse.
That was just such a cozy, gentle, the calm before the storm. Now it's time to do some improv.
Now it's the storm.
Call of Cozy Cthulhu. And thank you to all of our patrons, patreon.com/adungeonrun. But for the Team Force of Light and Team Force of Shadow, who are higher level patrons, we read off their names in the styles of their choosings at the end of every show. We've got some fun ones. We got some great new suggestions from our friends. Thank you, everybody. And this feels apropos to something I think we were talking about during the intermission. For Team Force of Shadow, with a suggestion from Angel Devilson. The suggestion is, what names the AI program came up with for your new baby?
Hello, please enter your prompt.
Okay, I want it. It's like a baby.
Tiny
this is
one.
for a baby.
Tiny, a baby.
We did this last week.
Oh, we've activated it. It is listening to us. Sorry, go on.
Okay, yeah. Last name is Fail Waffle.
Fail Waffle, loading. I think I'm nuts.
I think I'm nuts. Fail Waffle. That's the name suggestion.
I think I'm nuts. Fail Waffle.
What about something a little bit more alliterate? Like alliteration.
Oh, yeah. I love a good K. I love a good K name.
Loading.
Yeah.
The Black Kakari.
Wow. I mean,
Fail
no
Waffle?
one's gonna mess with her in kindergarten if you come in with the Black Kakari Fail Waffle.
Yeah, but I just feel like it's a little pretentious, like a little uppity.
Loading, less uppity. Loading. New prompt.
Loaded. New prompt.
Oh, there's two of them.
Oh, it's two voices. Okay, all right.
Okay,
go
wait.
on.
First AI. Give second AI a prompt.
Fail Waffle.
Calculated. Fail Waffle. Gateway guying to Fail Waffle.
Oh, it sounds like they're going through some sort of gateway. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know.
We've
What is
arrived
the
at
Black
the Gateway
Kakari?
guy.
Oh, we've opened something. Okay.
Okay. All right. What about my
Abra.
grandfather was from Boise.
Kill.
Oh wow.
Dabra.
Kill.
Abra. Kill.
Did you say kill?
Oh boy.
Dabra.
Reverse. Get back out of this.
Kill.
Back out of this.
Loading.
Back out?
Loading.
No,
Undo.
Loading.
It's
Through
not
the
undoing.
Gateway guy.
Idaho
Loading.
Judd.
Oh my
will
God.
Kill Abradabra's kill.
Kill.
Wow.
Abra.
Boy, isn't this
I
so
think
much
I'm
better?
nuts.
Oh gosh, isn't this so much better than how we used to do it? Honestly, I think we need to give the AIs a Lincoln break. Hang on.
I think there's a Lincoln break. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a
Good.
ball.
All I was thinking of, it was changing personalities, right? Because now AIs have they have
Yeah.
personalities or whatever. You're loading. Oh, you want a different personality?
Serena,
It was in ChatGPT where you got two options. It's like, which one's better?
This is my
Serena-
secret skill.
Serena, you are terrifyingly good at that.
This is actually a secret skill I have.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I auditioned for a Jackbox game a long time ago, and it was for a ship assistant. And I did that, and I got it. And they're like,
Yes.
what the fuck?
That's amazing.
That's so weird.
See, all I could think about the whole time was like the Discord bot. The person made a Discord bot that like every time someone said Full Metal Alchemist, it would say back Full Metal Alchemist. And then unfortunately it started listening to itself, so that it just kept saying Full Metal, like kept pasting Full Metal Alchemist in their Discord. They had to shut the Discord down.
It's all Full Metal Alchemist all the way down.
All the way down.
Oh my God.
That's so funny.
All right.
Oh, dear
Thank
God.
you, Team Force of Shadow. That was brilliant. For Team Force of Light, we have a suggestion from Idaho Judd. This one should be fun. Good cops, bad cops, interrogating the killer of the week on a crime drama.
All right, you son of a bee. Listen to me.
I ain't never done nothing, coppers.
Yeah, no, I don't believe you. You have one of those faces. You're gonna be asking for a festive life preserver before I'm done with you.
Why would I do that?
Angel.
Yeah.
I know at heart you're a devil's son, but you gotta go easy. We have rules. The judge is gonna throw out the case if you're so uppity.
Okay, all right.
That was weird.
All right. Rainbow, you got it.
I know, you're fine.
I'm sorry.
No,
You're
right. My blood pressure does spike.
Yeah.
It makes me uppity. You're right.
Yeah.
You
It
guys
goes up.
You guys will never get me to turn in City Racing Girl. She's the best. She's been loyal to me since the beginning.
Fenderil, you know me. We've been friends-ish. I might be a cop and you didn't know that. Now you do, but look. We were in the Ghostbusters Quick Response Unit together, you and I. Even if I was an undercover cop at the time.
How dare you bring up the GQRU?
The GQRU is what made us into who we are today, and I gotta tell you, I know you're not crooked like City Racing Girl. I know you don't have the capability of running people down in the middle of the street.
Yeah, he does, because he dungeon speedrun. Slap!
Oh, Angel!
Hey, calm it down in there. You're not allowed to do all the hitting.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Who are you, third cop?
It's the middle cop. The good cop, the bad cop, the middle cop.
It's Chief.
Yes, I'm the chief, and I'm here to talk to you by yourself.
Chief Braver. It's Chief Braver. We'll let Chief Braver take over.
I'm just gonna sit. I'm just gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit between you two, and I'm gonna do some real middle of the line work here. All right.
The middle cop. Yeah.
We know you for
Getting a real id, super ego thing going on here.
Yes. Yeah. Now, Fen, listen.
How dare you call me by my first name?
I thought we were on the same level here.
You're right.
We
I'm sorry.
Remember mid stuff
Right.
going on over here.
Thank you, mid cop. Keep going.
When we keep ourselves open, unbearably loquacious, good things can come along.
Just tell us where the jewels are. Just tell us where the jewels are.
They're in the Braba house.
The Braba house, okay.
The jewels are in the Braba house.
Wait,
what about the tool mask?
They're in the chief's house?
They're in the...
That's Chief Braba right
You
there.
crazy son of a gun. You crazy son of a gun. You put him in the chief's house? You put him in the chief's house?
He's running on us?
That's why the chief's in here. City Racing Girl and Chief Braba are related.
Hello, Max.
You never seen us in the same room.
Mission Impossible face rip. She was wearing a 2-0 mask the whole time.
It's the tool mask.
See Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning now in theaters.
I think we did a good job. It was very coherent, you guys. Over Zoom and
That was a
everything.
real,
Totally clear.
That was a real story.
I feel like we did it.
It was an arc. There was really
not a hole anywhere.
There was a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love you guys. Thank you so much, friends. We're so happy to be back. We will be back next week with more Forbidden as we see where this crew takes it. But anything else? No, I say just patreon.com/adungeonrun. Thank you for your support of the show. Check out your tickets to Comic-Con. It might be happening on Saturday of Comic-Con.
We don't know what you're talking about. We don't have any.
Never heard of that.
Maybe if the day between Friday and Sunday of the San Diego convention.
That big old thing that they do in San Diego.
Anyway, join the Discord, join the Patreon. Thank you, friends. We'll be back real soon. Love you all. Humankind.
Be both.
Be both. Bye.
I love you, Mom.
I love you, Ron's mom.
I love you, Ron's mom.